this is what we call breaking stereotypes. And it's not always easy. Tak mudah nak break stereotypes ni because dia masih ada stigma, ada this remnants of the idea that perempuan should be the primary of homemakers, primary caretakers untuk anak-anak.
Okay. Okay.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode for Okay Jap Podcast, the podcast for modest modern women navigating modern lifestyle. I'm Lina and with me here is
Zaza.
Okay, Jap Zaza. Today we are diving into a topic that is very, very close to our heart. Okay, Peranan Isteri. Okay, wife's role, how it has evolved over time.
Betul. I think it's so interesting now if you think about like how this peranan isteri, these roles of wives have shifted. You know, I rasa like zaman or at least not my mom lah. I think maybe zaman my neighbor.
Before.
Yeah, even before that, there was this like unspoken rule that perempuan belongs at home doing house chores. You know, masak, iron, buka baju, all of those stuff. So yeah.
Itu orang kata buat apa belajar tinggi-tinggi. Perempuan lalas duduk dapur juga.
Betul. And you know all of that. Oh, kalau tak pandai masak tak boleh kahwin.
Betul. Perempuan kerja dia besarkan anak. Kalau anak je pasal perempuan. Dia membuang ke apa je, pas kat perempuan.
Betul. Laki kerja, perempuan rumah. Yeah, so I think this like change in our gaya hidup, our lifestyle and also our financial needs, makin ramai perempuan feel that diorang pun need to contribute to the household punya income. You know, we also need to contribute to bayar bill, beli groceries and all of those. So, zaman sekarang ni, in our day, macam dah kira lumrah. Kalau isteri tu pun dah expected nak kerja juga. You know, because it just makes things easier in terms of income lah. And fast forward to today, and things have definitely changed. We're seeing more and more ladies, women pursuing their dreams, pursuing their careers, right? It's not just confined in the kitchen or like in the laundry room anymore. So yeah, what do we call this? You know, doing this thing.
So this is what we call breaking stereotypes, and it's not always easy. Tak mudah nak break stereotypes ni because dia masih ada stigma, ada this remnants of the idea that perempuan should be the primary of homemakers, primary caretakers untuk anak-anak. Okay, it's not about sharing the load, okay? It's also about shifting mindset. We need to challenge this idea that not only women yang kena buat kerja-kerja rumah ni. Kita kena set prime example for our future generation. Okay, I nak mention this study lah I buat dekat kerja I kan. We study about gender pay gap in Malaysia and work discrimination in Malaysia. Okay, and it's very, very evident. Perempuan punya gaji rendah daripada lelaki, especially dalam level C-suite dan ke atas. So, contohlah, bila you boss, kan, bila you nak hire or promote perempuan, there is this stigma that, perempuan selalu ambil cuti, perempuan cuti bersalin. So, dekat situ, perempuan susah nak naik pangkat ataupun susah nak dapat career progressions. So, bila you break this stereotype, you start at home, kan, you biasakan suami buat kerja rumah and isteri maybe rehat once in a while, you know, share the household chores. You set a prime example untuk anak-anak you. Hopefully, bila anak you membesar jadi boss, dia dah tak ada that idea, that discrimination. One day kan, dia nak hire perempuan kan, tak ada beza pun sebab lelaki pun buat kerja rumah, lelaki pun ambil cuti kalau anak sakit. Betul tak?
Betul. So, maksudnya, like, if you find a boss yang terfikir macam tu, most probably in his own household ataupun when he was raised,
Yes.
dia dah terbiasa yang kerja-kerja ni mak je yang buat. You know, like lelaki tak payah buat.
Betul.
So there's like a very high correlation lah kan in terms of your environment growing up and also how you sendiri at work.
Actually impact dia in a longer term lah. Mungkin lambat lah untuk you nampak. Kalau you buat hari ni kan, bukannya esok terus you rasa work discrimination tu dah tak ada dekat office, dekat tempat kerja. It takes longer, tapi you start awal. Hopefully anak you dan cucu you, you know, in the future takkan ada dah benda-benda macam ni. So you ada a balance dekat tempat kerja dan juga dekat rumah.
Faham? I think that's very interesting to see, and I wanted to share about my mom. Sebab honestly this stereotype of like staying at home ni, I don't really rasa it doesn't impact me so much because my mom was a career woman.
Okay.
I look up to her, and I think she's like a great example of someone yang she excels at work. She got to a certain higher level punya ni. She was very vocal in her workplace semua tu. But at home, we still have like a harmonious, functional family, you know.
Okay.
I personally, I tak adalah rasa terabai ke. I
Okay.
don't feel like any hatred towards my mom. Because
Okay.
some people do go through that. They rasa
Okay.
macam they don't get enough attention, enough love from their parents when they're so busy with work kan. But I don't feel that with my mom. And because I dah terbiasa, but full disclosure, again, kita orang ada helper lah. So that's how it's possible for my mom to work and also at home semua benda macam settled, you know. So I look at that, I tak ada terfikir macam nak risau, nak kahwin, fikir that, oh no, do I have to do all of the house chores? Do I need to jaga my anak? Because I was raised macam tu, I terus macam expect, oh tak, it's not like that. You know, and even when I'm with my husband now, he's raised in a family yang macam tu juga. So there was never a question yang, oh like, boleh kan kerja? You know, like, do I have to just stay at home? So that specifically memang solidifies what you said lah. Like, it starts at home. So it might take like a whole generation for it to happen. So if people are in a family yang the mom has to do everything household related and the dad je yang kerja, it takes them to make that change. And tapi for them to see that change, maybe kat anak dia tu baru dia nampak lah kan, like through the whole generation
baru nampak impact tersebut.
betul. It is a very big and heavy topic and benda to break. Like you said, breaking stereotypes is definitely not easy.
Betul. Oh, actually, it's impressive. Your mom, pada zaman dulu lah. I mean, it was like 10 years or 20 lah, I would say 20, 30 years ago lah kan.
My mom, dia kerja
Ke 40 years ago?
when she bersara, I think she has worked for 35 years, I think.
So during that era, your mom was career driven, at the same time having a very functional family, while again, of course lah, ada helpers. Tapi imagine kalau situasi your mom, tak ada helper pun, tapi ada a very supportive husband yang boleh tolong kat rumah, kan?
Yeah, I think
that was,
possible.
very...
But I'm sure like zaman dia pun dia ada her own challenges about what people say and whatnot. But like, maybe you can share, what about your mom? Like, what's your background?
Okay, so macam like my parents, my dad is a very conservative father lah. You know, yang buat duduk, tunggu makanan siap. And then my mom akan buat semua kerja rumah. But at the same time, my mom bekerja juga. My mom bekerja full time juga. My dad pun bekerja. Tapi balik rumah, dia settlekan semua. Dia settlekan anak, dia settlekan kerja rumah dan sebagainya. So, I am growing, I grew up, you know, watching all of those. And I was... you know, telling this to myself, I cakap, I tak nak ada that kind of relationship. I tak nak membesar jadi wife yang macam tu. Sebab penat. So, walaupun I dibesar, I tak tahu lah, I ada adik lelaki kan. So, we have not seen that impact yet. Hopefully, dia tak follow, you know, how my father does. I mean, I respect my dad. You know, he's probably raised that way. And then it was that generation, you know, to be living like that. Tapi hopefully, my brother wouldn't like, you know, buat the same thing to the wife. One day bila ada family kan, hopefully he is more involved one day. Tapi sebagai seorang anak yang membesar, I nampak benda tu, I rasa okay, I'm gonna change that completely. Bila I ada anak lelaki, I tak nak anak I nampak yang I buat semua kerja 100%.
I think in like some situations, ada moms yang macam they get a kick, not a kick lah, a satisfaction from that, knowing that, oh, I'm successful at work and I keep everything macam, you know, very tight at home juga. You run a very tight ship. Maybe some of them feel that satisfaction. If you don't feel the burnout, if you don't feel like nak mengamuk at the end of the day because you feel like you have to do everything yourself, that's fine. Tapi in some cases where it's taking a toll on the mom, I think it's unfair lah. Because that's why people say, oh, like, if both of the parents are working, the husband is working, the wife is also working, 9 to 5. Kenapa bila kat rumah automatically, still the wife juga? You know, it just doesn't make sense for them to like operate that way. And I think tu pun akan menyebabkan like some tension in the relationship and stuff like that, you know. So like I say, it's good. Like hopefully how we were raised does not impact kita ke depan, like your brother, right? So now that we've talked about these couples, we talked about our parents. Let's maybe share some tips, right? So for any couples out there that are also navigating these changes, what can they do to find that balance? That right sweet spot to have dua-dua pun working together. So we have 4 tips here. So why not, Lina? You start with the first one.
First one is consider time equitably ataupun apa kita main tadi?
Sama rata.
Bahagikan sama rata, peranan tu sama rata. Okay. Kalau contohnya pasangan you balik kerja lambat, you balik awal, wife you balik kerja lambat, and then today you balik pukul 5 sharp kan. Why not you ambil some of the kerja, you uruskan anak, you masak, you sediakan apa yang boleh, and then wife you balik, dia siapkan apa yang dia boleh buat. Okay, janganlah you tunggu wife you balik, you pergi ambil air kat dapur, you nampak pinggan mangkuk bersepah, you just lalu je. Lepas tu anak terbiar, anak kelaparan. Tak boleh macam tu.
So you tak balik, tak payah buat apa-apa.
Tak payah buat apa-apa. So bahagikan masa sepenuhnya, give and take.
Betul. Maybe there are some days yang husband pula balik lambat, the wife balik awal, dia settlekan the stuff. It's so much macam compromise lah kan. You're a team, right?
Betul.
Look at it as you're a team. So the second one that we talked about was set clear expectations. So yang ni I think bukan waktu you dah married baru you talk about, preferably before you kahwin lagi. And like if you're single, you jumpa someone for the first time, I rasa just tanya je. Right? Like, if you're a bit more shy, macam tak nak be terlalu
direct
out there yang cakap direct sangat, maybe you can ask, what does your dad do? What does your mom do? Berapa adik-beradik? Dia dah kahwin ke? Dah kerja ke? You can see kind of like the family dynamic from there. Tapi mungkin juga dia sendiri, dia nak break from that stereotype if the family is raised that way kan. So maybe it's unfair for us to just judge from family dia. So if you feel comfortable, tanya je terus questions like, apa pendapat you kalau dah kahwin and
macam nak bekerja?
Kan, sambil kerja. Dah ada anak pun, I still nak sambung kerja. I bukan after beranak, I just nak jaga anak.
And then follow up to that question, I masih bekerja, you okay tak tolong some of the housework?
Yes, exactly, right? So have these clear expectations. It's so important sebab once you get married, that's literally
there's no turning back. There is, but it's ugly. It's messy. You dah ada anak, masa tu you nak bercerai-berai. Not nice.
And it's like your whole life. So it determines how you kerja ke, you tak kerja ke, macam mana you raise your anak, right? So kalau you tak suka, you'll be very miserable. So I think this one better you buat awal-awal as soon as you can, preferably.
Betul. Macam I kan Zaza, I am very very direct. I terus je tanya dia, okay, kalau I ni pemalas sikit tau, sebab I memang tak suka tengok laundry kotor, I tak suka benda bersepah, tapi I malas sikit nak kemas-kemas semua ni kan. You okay tak kalau tolong buat benda ni? Okay tak tolong gosok baju I? I akan tanya directly. Mungkin ada setengah lelaki akan macam tercabar, perempuan ni kenapa macam ni kan? Tapi at least lah, to the very least, sebelum you berkahwin dengan dia dan sebelum dia kahwin you, dia dah nampak karakter you, dia dah boleh expect apa yang dia boleh expect. Tak adalah lepas kahwin, contohnya before kahwin you pura-pura selalu masakkan untuk dia, kemas-kemas, tapi sebenarnya itu bukan karakter you. Tapi lepas kahwin kan, you buat benda tu, you nak keep up dengan kepura-puraan tu, and then dia banyak relax-relax sebab yelah dia kahwin, expecting that you are that character. Lepas tu lama-lama you yang makan hati. Tak nak macam tu, betul tak?
Betul, that's so true. Because at the end of the day, kalau you think about it, it's your relationship dengan your future husband or your husband, right? Whatever yang orang lain nak cakap, like, kenapa perempuan ni macam ni? Tak bagus lah perempuan ni tak masak, perempuan ni tak tu, tak ni kan. Tapi at the end of the day, kalau you and husband you dah agree and you guys are happy, like, it doesn't matter what people think. Harus benda tu tak ada masalah pun.
Betul?
Right? Yeah. Okay, so what about the third tip?
Okay, yang ketiga adalah create a list then break it down. Macam I akan buat a master list. Okay, contohnya benda-benda yang wajib buat, laundry, lepas tu apa? Basuh pinggan, masak. Okay, laundry for example kan. Dalam breakdown laundry tu ada banyak. First kali you ambil baju kotor, lepas tu you cuci baju, lepas cuci baju you kena sidai, lepas sidai lipat, lepas tu you gosok. Ada 5 benda. Takkan 5 benda ni you seorang-seorang nak buat. So break it down, buat bahagikan benda tu. Macam I suka basuh baju, lepas tu I sidai. Sebab I suka bau wangi kan. I suka bersih-bersih. I tak suka nak lipat-lipat tu, I rasa leceh. So you compromise, bahagikan sebaiknya. Kalau boleh, you jangan buat seorang-seorang. Sebab kalau I nak buat seorang-seorang laundry tu, hari-hari I tengok laundry tu, I boleh muntah. Nak buat benda yang sama setiap hari. Betul tak? Okay, tips number 4.
Tips number 4, I would say, since I have a kid now, is build positive associations for kids.
Oh.
And my son right now is 2 years old, and it's an age yang I suka sangat age ni. I say it's so cute. Although kadang-kadang frustrating juga sebab they have their own mind, tapi they like to imitate what you do.
Okay.
So I think this is a great opportunity untuk build these values yang all these chores are not gender specific. Okay. Even in Islam it's not, right? So bila contoh I masak kadang dia suka je, dia pun sibuk nak masak. Obviously it's bahaya, right? So instead I'll say, no, it's panas, I'll take you, you can masak on something else. So I ambil lah pinggan plastik ke, ambil some fake spatula, spoon tu, dia duduk lah sibuk duduk atas lantai tu berbalik. Tapi dia rasa macam, oh, I'm cooking too, right?
Dia macam involved dalam proses memasak tu.
Betul. And even before dia mandi, what I try to do is I buka baju dia, and then I tell him, okay, now you need to put your baju in the basket. Okay. So sebab dia suka nak buat kerja, right? So take that to your advantage. Instead of tak payah kacau, you take that opportunity, walaupun lambat sikit, it's okay. Suruh dia, okay, can you put it in the basket? So dia taklah always ikut. Maybe out of 5, 3 times dia akan buat sendiri. But I think that still contributes to dia punya his own character.
Betul.
So bila dia dah besar pun dia dah rasa, this is part of our day. This is something that everyone should do.
Yalah, anak you pun boys. So bila dah daripada kecil dia dah biasa macam ambil baju sendiri, memasak. So dia membesar dia tak rasa macam, oh, mak je yang memasak, wife je yang masak kat dapur. Sebab daripada kecil pun dia dah tolong masak.
Betul, exactly. And like I feel like kadang-kadang kita macam ada certain parents yang rasa, okay, anak tak payah susah. Lepas tu dah ada bibik pun tak payah susah. And I pun part of that. Kadang-kadang dulu rasa macam my bibik pun type yang macam, oh, kalau I sebut nak nyapu juga, dia macam rasa benda tu lagi melecehkan. So dia tak bagi I buat. Dia suruh I buat benda lain. So tapi bila kita dah membesar, kita tak biasa tahu dengan benda tu. So kita pun tak boleh lah expect, oh, dari kecil kita tak teach them to do this. Tak boleh 18 tahun kita expect dia boleh buat.
Berdikari sendiri.
Bila dia tak buat, kita marah dia, right? When it's actually benda tu dah bertahun-tahun engraved in their mind, like I don't have to do this. You know? Kalau if you can afford a helper, that's good. Tapi kalau you nak anak you berdikari, then you need to pupuk dia earlier lah. So that's what I'm trying to do with my son. So yeah.
Bagusnya. Okay, sangat menarik Maybe ada ke research or study kat luar sana, kalau like husband and wife sama-sama buat kerja, apa benefit dia?
There actually is. So dekat US dia dah buat, they surveyed US punya households, couples in 2015. The conclusion is couples yang buat work together, like they share the household responsibilities together, they are happier compared to households yang lelaki je pergi work, perempuan buat kerja rumah je. So so we should definitely share the work.
So itu adalah salah satu kunci kebahagiaan. Selalu orang cari kunci kebahagiaan, dia tak semestinya bagi you expensive things. Tapi bagi masa dan effort tenaga untuk you sama-sama buat kerja rumah, itu pun one of the things yang merapatkan you.
In fact, the studies showed that orang rasa tu lagi penting daripada having higher income. Sharing the workload is more important than having a higher income or even having children.
Oh, okay, that's
so
interesting.
So I think like macam I would kerja. I think income tu would be like the first thing. Probably it's not. So number 3 is sharing the household chores.
I rasa I faham kot. Maybe sebab masa you sama-sama buat kerja rumah tu, masa tu you bond tau. That's a very special bonding.
Betul.
Macam, yelah bila you buat seorang semua benda kan, you banyak seseorang dengan diri you, sambil you mengeluh, you marah. Tapi bila you sama-sama penat buat kerja sama,
it's okay.
It's okay. It's not too bad. Indirectly, it's kind of like you both punya masa bersama.
Quality time lah.
Quality time.
Tengah macam
tengah macam tu gosok-gosok jamban.
But yeah, that's true. So itulah. I think that's about it. We shared the 4 tips. You want to conclude?
Okay, number 1 is consider time equitably. Bahagikan peranan roles dekat rumah tu sama-sama. Number 2, set clear expectations. Sebelum kahwin preferably, talk things through. Expect karakter you macam ni, expect wife punya karakter macam ni, and then bincangkan apa yang you guys sama-sama suka. Compromise. Okay, number 3, create a list, then break it down. Okay, buat satu master list, break down benda-benda simple, bahagikan. Number 4, a very, very interesting one is build positive association with your kids. Bila ada anak, daripada kecil-kecil tu, you ajak dia involve untuk sama-sama buat household chores, benda-benda yang simple tak bahaya.
That's how you break stereotypes and improve the next generation.
Okay. That's true. All right, that's all from us today. Thanks for hanging out with us, Lina.
I'm Zaza.
Okay, I hope that you enjoy this episode.
And we'll see you at the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay, okay.